Welcome back, everyone. Tonight I have Stefan Moskaluk. He has a degree in unified physics. He does fascinating research into ancient history, symbolism, and the secrets of our existence. He's going to share some of that knowledge and information with us. So, Steph, how are you tonight?
I'm doing on fine, and yourself?
I'm good. I'm excited to hear what you got for us tonight.
Well, I got.
Let's get started in the beginning. You were talking about the flower of life.
Yep, yeah. I want to start off by saying I want to do this because I have information. I've been working hard researching, and I'm not saying this is my opinion. I've been working really hard, and I'm going to bring a lot of things to light, which I've been seeing too much deception on the internet. It's not people's fault. They don't understand the true meanings of the Bible or Anunnakis, or I want to clear up the story about God and how awesome He is at this time and what's going on and why everything's so chaotic these days. So I'm gonna say a lot of things that are going to be counter to what a lot of people believe. I don't mean to insult anybody. I just want to bring more information to yourself so you could use it and know that God is not just some old man in space pointing his finger down and rolling the dice. He wants us all to advance and evolve and keep going higher and higher and higher. And with that, let me introduce you to God like nobody's ever shown you before. All right.
Well, that's why I had you on.
Here we go.
To bring us some information. I like to get as many perspectives as possible. So go ahead. What do you got for us?
All right. So let's start off. We'll start off with the flower of life. Everybody knows it's the building blocks of life, right? We got. Is it on your screen? Can you see it properly there?
No, I have the 12 around 1 picture.
Oh yeah. Okay. Here we go. New share. There we go. Okay. So there's the flower of life.
I got it.
So everybody knows how the flower. I wanna skip levels because everybody's seen the same thing. So I don't want to show what the same stuff is over again. So everybody knows flower life. It gets constructed in the middle, one circle with another circle. So what I want to focus on is the middle of the circle. Okay.
Now, for those of us who might not know, can you give us a little bit of history and tell us, what exactly is the flower of life?
Okay. Well, the flower of life is right here.
Right.
It's the building blocks of everything. There is not one thing that is out there that isn't used with the flower of life, isn't built with the flower of life. As for example, we start off with a baby, for example, one cell, which divides, turns into 2, then to 4, then to 8, which creates a flower of life, and then the body form. It's the same thing with It's the same thing with plants. It's the same thing with animals. We all have a shape, a vortex, okay, which is the flower of life. Creation is in the middle here, the unity, the singularity. Now, where else let me get to another picture here. Sorry about this.
Yeah, you're good.
Building blocks. So using the flower of life and the Fibonacci sequence. Okay, everybody knows this. I'm sure a lot of your viewers seen this before. Your hand, if you measure your first bone on your finger, which is 1, you times it by 1.6, which is the golden mean number. You get yellow, the second bone. When you times that by 1.6, you get the green. Then when you times that bone by 1.6, you get blue, and so on and so forth. Everything in the universe is a spiral. I don't want to get into the physics part of it right now. If you want, I can go through that another time. But I just want to open up people's eyes to God again. Okay, so let's go back to. We'll do the Metatron's cube. Okay, which is the male version of the flower of life, right? It's the shape that comes in. All you do is connect the lines. A female is round in shape and a male is straight in shape. So the straight lines are the male and the round circles are the female. Okay, so you got your yin and you got your yang. So out of these building blocks, out of that middle center part, okay, you've got the chestahedron. Now, the chestahedron, it looks like this. Okay.
Okay.
This is a 7-sided shape. Okay. Now, this is where it starts to get awesome. People haven't seen what you're about to see here. So let me just get out of here. Now, I want you to use your objectivity and creativity. All right. Are you getting the chestahedron? Are you getting? Here
Yeah,
we go.
I have the image. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now do you see it differently? You see the red lines I put in on the chestahedron?
I don't have that image.
Oh, you don't have that image? Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Yes, I have it.
Okay. Now you see how the red lines go up and down?
Yes.
They form the letter M,
Right.
as in Mason or Mary. Okay? Mary's son. Mason, Mary's son. Jesus wasn't a carpenter, he was a mason. Now, if you also step back and take a look at it, you'll notice it's 2 sevens facing each other. A 7 and a 7. Do you see it?
I see.
Can you picture that?
Yep.
Okay. Now, hang on.
You were breaking up there. We kind of lost you for a second.
Okay. Here we go. Hang on. Here we go.
Yep.
You have this picture now?
Yes, gotcha.
Of the Google Mail?
Yep.
Okay. Do you see the resemblance?
Very strong resemblance.
Okay, that's a Mason's apron.
Right? I've seen that
And
before, yes.
And that's the symbol for Gmail, the M. Okay, so it's 2 sevens put together. Now, hold on a minute. When you spin the chestahedron, do you have the bell shape up there?
Yes.
Okay, when you spin a chestahedron, it forms a bell shape. Okay?
Like an upside down bell there, right?
Exactly. It's just a picture of the way I got it, so it just depends on which way you spin it.
Yeah.
Now you know why we have bells on churches.
I see.
Okay. Now what I want to do is we're all reincarnated. Okay. And what I'm going to show you about some of Jesus's past lives is going to actually blow you out of the water. And like in the Constitution. Okay. Let's go back to the chestahedron. See, I get a little ahead of myself sometimes. I apologize for that.
No, you're fine.
Okay. Let's get back to the chestahedron. So there's 2 sevens, right?
Okay.
Now, when you spin it, you get 4 sevens. Okay? Because it's spinning. So you're going to get the shape of 4 sevens. Now, in the U.S. Constitution, God is mentioned 4 times. Okay? And God's everything. Numbers are everything. I'm going to go into a little bit of numerology later on. Nothing too heavy, just some easy stuff to see. Now, as I have up here, you'll see God is a 3, the Trinity, right? And the yin yang of a 3 is an 8. So at the top of the chestahedron, you got a 38, and I'll explain that a little later on in a minute. But you see on the top, the red line between the 38 that I have up there, it forms an arpent, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you some information that took me a long time to find out. And when I did, I've never felt this feeling before. Now, let me get to our God. Well, I'm still sticking with the chestahedron here. Okay, I want to show some things so it all makes sense to people. Okay, you see Arcturus right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Now the Big Dipper, it points to Arcturus, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let me get here. So, as we all know, the only star in our universe which has gone from its singularity and expanded and returned back to its singularity is Arcturus. Now, everything has an origin. The universe has always existed. And God, his singularity, is the star Arcturus. That's why we have Noah's Ark. That's why we have archangels, messenger of God. That's why there's archery, A-R-C, in archery. And if you look at the archery, it looks like the arpent on an arrow. Now, God expanded and became one, but he became the universe all at the same time. Okay? Is this making any sense to you? Like, stop me if I'm losing.
No, I'm following as much as I can. It's very fascinating stuff.
Okay, so now let's get, hang on here. Let me just get a picture. Okay, so going back to the chestahedron, our connection to God, as I said, as a baby forms inside of the womb, the first thing that develops is the heart. So here we have a heart. It's a model form, but it forms a bell shape.
Okay.
And the other side is moving in. So you got red, which is positive, which is God's primary color, blue, which is negative. Yin and yang. You need the both, right? You need positive and negative to have balance.
Correct.
So the blood comes in, gets pumped, and it through 4 chambers of your heart, and that's the 4 sevens on the chestahedron when it's spinning. Okay, there's a gentleman. His name is Frank Chester. He has a video called "The Wonder of Seven." He does a great job explaining the flower of life from the from the flower of life all the way down to where he's found out its connection to the heart. He does a great. I just, like I said, I want to do a Cole's notes and just kind of skim over this stuff. But I want everyone to see that it's not just to have belief in God, but they're going to walk around, they're going to go, holy shit, he's everywhere. Like, he literally is everything. And people don't understand that it's absolutely amazing. Okay.
And I've always had the feeling, that everything is connected, down to the smallest molecule. We're part of everything. The universe is part of us. And I've always felt that way.
100%. 100%. So the heart. So now let me get another picture here. If you look at our heartbeat is also the red part that I highlighted on the chestahedron. Do you see the similarity to it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So our connection to God is with the heart. Then our connection to our higher energy in the universe, which controls us, is in our brain. So what's the go-between? It's our spine. And who's the go-between between God and Jesus? God and us is Jesus. And how many vertebrae do we have? 33. How old was Jesus when he died? 33. And what did Mason's number have? The 33rd degree, right? So
right.
everything comes in together. Masons aren't evil. There are some aspects of it which are bad, and I don't want to get into. I'll get into that a little bit later. But right now, I just want to focus on the good. All right. So if you look, I just told you that the chestahedron was in the middle of the flower of life. And if you notice, Mason's compass, square compass, fits right into the middle of the flower of life. So usually you'll see an eye in the top of the compass, right? And that eye is God. And I'll show you something else about the eye, which is absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Okay, now we're going to get into, let me get into right here. Before I get into this, well, actually, I'll just show the picture and then I'll talk about this a little later on. Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I want to make everything. So the picture of Adam and God. Okay,
Hmm.
you see their fingers touching?
Yes,
Well, look at it as the letter M.
I see that.
Okay, you see
Yeah,
that?
you can see that it does make like a letter M.
And what they're telling you, what Michelangelo was telling you, is it's the chestahedron, the letter M. Okay. Now, also, Jesus had 12 disciples, and he was one person, so 1 plus 12 is 13. M is the 13th letter in the alphabet. Everything connects. Okay, this is what I'm trying to bring to light. Wherever people they shouldn't be scared of Masons. Yes, there are bad parts of Masonry, but mainly these people have infiltrated the Masons and they've stolen the stuff. What's happening right now is we're taking back control. Okay, there's in the space-time continuum, we've done this many times before. Okay, it's hard to imagine, but we've done all this many times before. And the reason why the Democrats are so upset is because Hillary's won every single time. This is the first time that Trump has won and that we're succeeding. So
Interesting.
the book of Revelation is kind of like we're rewriting it right now. Okay, so you can't take it for word because we've busted our space-time continuum, and this was meant to be. You have no idea how awesome things are going to be when things advance. Like when the big day comes, we're going to be moving up to a level 2 of humanity in the universe. Okay,
A level two, what?
people
You were breaking up. I'm
say are
sorry.
aliens. Okay, we're going to be level 2 of evolution in the
Okay.
universe, and the special part about it is it's never been done on this planet because hard to explain, but look at it look at this planet as a university. Okay, we're here to learn about God, about evolution, and just grow, whichever way our energy and space needs to grow at that time. And people on this planet come from all different levels of evolution. It doesn't mean they're dumber than the other person, or not as smart or not as good. It just means that they're a newer energy in the universe. Okay, and our energies. Let's say there's a planet level, Earth level number 1. Then there's an Earth level number 2, number 3, number 4. We're Earth level number 6. So that's why we're always going for the 7th heaven. Okay, that's why 7th heaven is there was a TV show about it, and it's supposed 7th heaven is the great thing. I'm going to speak about the 7th heaven in a minute. That's where Jesus comes from. That's where his energy comes from. He's been reincarnated on this planet many lifetimes, and he's come back to teach us in every single lifetime. Uh, Depending on our learning capabilities at the time. Like you wouldn't give a cell phone to a caveman, right? So in caveman time we were taught this, and then we were the stone wheel. Okay, but now we got the stone wheel going, and then you come out, let's evolve, and we get the wooden wheel, and then we evolve, we get the rubber wheel. You know what I'm saying? Evolution happens that way. We move up. That's why we have stair step evolution. It's because quite honestly, we're all too damn lazy to do things on our own, and he has to keep coming back and teaching us. Okay, this is what you got to do. This is what you got to do. So now I'm going to get into who he was in the past in a second. I just want to stay on. So I got God.
So now you said that he was reincarnated. Are we all reincarnated?
Every single one of us, and everybody on this planet, depending on that doesn't matter what level of evolution they come from in the universe, they have been deemed as the best of the best of their planet, and they are all here together at the same time. To what's going on here on the 6th heaven is this whole planet is Noah's Ark. Okay, there was a Noah's Ark, but this planet is Noah's Ark, 2 of everything. So we have everything from other planets. This planet is it's manufactured for us, for this development at this time. And it's not just a test for God, it's a test for us. We need to stop feeling sorry for ourselves. We need to get off our asses and do things. We have to stop complaining, and we got to start being how awesome we were supposed to be. We've been jaded and jaded and jaded for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, okay, by the people who are, let's call them Satanists, all right? And what they've done is they've taken the true teachings of God and they've turned them around. They've manipulated them. So every symbol that you see out there, which I'm going to get into in a second, is actually God, but the ones, they just reverse everything, okay? So everything, as above, so below. If it can be done above, it can be done below, right? Now, let me just get on with the chestahedron here. Sorry for me. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, one more before you go on. Now, you say we're all reincarnated. Is there a way for us to ascend to a higher level, to a higher dimension?
That's what internal combustion is. You know, when people just die on the spot and they burn up, their body burns, but nothing else around them, they've ascended. Buddhist monks, they go into their light body, they find their light body, and they can escape. That's moving up to that's ascending to your higher selves. And of course you can do it. It takes a long time. But look at all these monks who take a vow of silence, and they're there like 50, 60 years doing the same thing, and it might not happen. But they're working towards it. They're working towards it. It doesn't mean, it means you might not be ready, or you could be from the seventh heaven. You could be a being from the seventh heaven. They're all walks of life on this planet. So, for instance, I know just for a fact that the seventh heaven beings, when they pass away on this earth, their energy returns into their body up on seventh heaven, and their death, they've defeated the devil. Okay, I'll get into that in a second. Is they've defeated death, and their physical body up there no longer needs to pass away to evolve. Okay, they can evolve naturally in the universe without having death. Okay, this is the last planet that has death on it. And how can I say? See, I get way ahead of myself, eh? Like, because I know what's going on, and I, like, stop me if I'm going too crazy here, because I'll go off on a tangent.
No, you're okay.
Okay, so now let's get the devil thing out of the way. In order to be highly functional, you need to have balance and yin yang. Okay, positive, negative. So yes, God created the devil, but he's created the devil as a teaching mechanism for us. We have to, I spoke with you earlier, and I said, you know, we all have options in life. We can, I'm just trying to fix something up over here. You can walk, like I said, we all have choices in life what to do. And, well, that's not a good example. Okay, let me get back to where I was. God is about forever life, okay? Creation. And the devil, the yin yang, is all about extinction. So the devil will try anything to make extinct, to win. It's hard to explain. But anyways, Jesus, the energy who is Jesus, who was Osiris, okay, who was Horus, who was Thoth, just he was given different names to as for the different teachings he was giving us at the time. If you look in the Egyptian hieroglyphs, you'll see a crocodile. Let me see if I can bring up the crocodile.
Now, would you say these beings are interdimensional or alien or ET?
Lucifer is for sure. That's what I'm about to show you right now.
Okay.
Right here. Here we go. I'm jumping all over the place. I'm sorry.
No, it's interesting stuff.
Okay. This was Lucifer. Okay. He's considered death energy. Lucifer is an apprentice of God as well as an apprentice of the devil. People have him mixed up, and it's been done on purpose throughout history. The Bible has been edited throughout history. It's more in the favor of the satanic people. Satan isn't even the devil. Satan was a king in the ancient times. King Shaitan is who he was. Okay, the real devil is extinction. It's a negative energy in the universe, and it's God is pro-life, and we all create. We have children. You want to create. That's what God is all about. So if there's too much creation, too much of one thing is always bad, right? You can't have too much of a good thing. So you need balance in there. You need balance in your life, because everybody knows that just on a daily schedule with their work and their school and their whatever have you, their hobbies, you need balance. And that's what God created with the devil. Now, once your individual energy grows and evolves throughout the universe, you learn how to defeat the devil, and then you get graduated and you go to the seventh heaven. And when you're on the seventh heaven, as I said, you've defeated the devil. So there's no more reason for death. There's no more reason to learn about death, even though, well, you're always constantly learning. Don't get me wrong. It's not a party up there. You're constantly evolving, and you're always helping. And anyways, I'm getting off topic. Let's just say, so Lucifer is, if you look in the Mayan Tolkien, their calendar starts off with one crocodile. Now, crocodile is also Lucifer. Lucifer, his energy controls the four elements on this planet, controls everything: the fire, the water, the wind, and the matter. And that's why he's a prince of this world. He's actually everybody's guardian angel, but people don't know that. They look at him as bad, because that's what we've been saying about him for thousands and thousands of years. He's actually the twin to Jesus. You have the Holy Trinity, right? You got the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So the Father is God, the Son is Jesus, and the Holy Spirit is Lucifer's energy. Jesus is plus minus in his energy polarity, and Lucifer is minus plus in his energy polarity, which is how people mistaken him for falling from heaven. He came down from the universe, and he came to earth to rule the elements of earth. His energy rules earth. Now, what Lucifer does with the devil, the real devil, extinction, I'll show you a picture, actually. The devil's pissed because we're winning, like I told you. Let me just find a picture here. Where is it here? Oh, I'm not going to show you that right now, because that's going to take me down a whole other avenue, and well, you're going to be like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Okay. Okay, where was I going here? So Lucifer learns from the devil. Okay, I'll show you. Here we go. I got a picture here. Have you seen this before?
Is that you have a picture of the sky with a light shining, that beam of light?
Yeah, but you see it's like a circle? It's like a circle of lights?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second. Here you go. Well, that circle of light is the devil. You see the smile just above? It looks like a C. Do you see the devil? He's pissed. Okay, do you see his eye? So that thing that was coming out of the clouds is the devil. And I believe that was in Milwaukee or Wisconsin. It was around Wisconsin or Ohio somewhere. I think this picture was taken. Okay, the devil's angry, so we're beating him. Now I don't know if you remember Solomon, when King Solomon was given God had given him um, power to speak to the animals, to talk to nature and stuff like that.
Right.
This is exactly what things were like. Not, you get messages from birds, you can get messages from animals if you know what you're looking for. You can get messages in the clouds if you know what you're looking for. Okay, you got to be objective and creative. And I'm not talking about like, ooh, it's a fluffy elephant. There's certain things that God will show you in the sky. You had a video the other day of a big eye in the sky, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was if I remember correctly, it was this one here.
Yes, the one from England, I believe.
This one here.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, well, that's the big guy saying hi to everybody. He's he's awesome. Like what I want to do is, okay, let me get to the fun stuff. Okay, so I don't know if I explained Arcturus well enough about uh, the Taurus, creating the Taurus factor. Did I show you that? I showed you that a little bit.
A little bit.
Let me get back
I
to
don't think
that.
you went into too much.
See, I'm all like I said, I get ahead of myself, and I do apologize to everybody. Okay, I'm terribly sorry. Let's get into here. 2, 1. Okay. Now we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you just a little bit of numerology. I'm not gonna take it's like endless. Okay. Let me start with your hands. You know, it says in the Bible, it says we're made in the image of God, right? So I just showed you the flower of life,
Right.
and how everybody's built in the same manner. Trees, plant, birds, animals, everything is built in the same way. It's all done by the flower of life and the Fibonacci sequence, and using the golden ratio, which is pi. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you a little bit of numerology and what people are missing. Okay, there's all these guys that are doing vortex math, and they're trying to get free energy by crossing the wires. They're adding it up a little incorrectly. Okay, what they're doing is they're using the numbers for face value, and there's always things that are hidden. So just as simple as this, it's on your hands. That's why also we pray. Okay, you start with your left hand side. Energy's flow is always to the left. Okay, and so I just want to get to, I'll talk to this before I get back to the energy part. So 0, it starts with your pinky on your left hand, right? I mean, sorry, 1 on your pinky on your left hand. 2 is your ring finger on your left hand. 3 is your middle finger. 4 is your index finger, and 5 is your thumb on your left hand. Now, you want to get the yin yang of each number. You just put your hands together. So going down the right hand side is 6 is your thumb, 7 is your index finger, 8 is your middle finger, and 9 your other ring finger on your right hand, and 0. Now, if you look at this, hold on one second. Blah, blah, blah. So you go back to the chestahedron, which was right here. You see how I have it as 38?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, God was the Trinity, right?
Right.
And he's also infinity. So you got the 3 and the 8. The 8 is the infinity mark. Okay. Right. So there's your 38. So if you put your 2 middle fingers together, oh, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Again, like I said, I got so much information. I want to get it all out, but let me just back up here. So God is the Trinity. 3, right? Father, Son, the Holy Ghost. So there's 2. It takes 2 people to make 1, right? When you look in church, Oops, sorry. When you look in church, the priests do this with their fingers, right?
Right.
Okay. What he's showing you, what the priest is showing you, is 2, 1. Okay. Now, do you see how it also resembles a snake's head with a tongue coming out of the mouth?
Yes.
Okay. So that's also the snake in the Garden of Eden. It wasn't really a devil. Okay. The snake was God teaching us. That's why I say. And now, what this is called the 2-1 factor. In numerology, add 2 plus 1 is 3, right? But look at your fingers. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers. So 2 plus 2 plus 1 equals 5. Are you following?
Gotcha.
Okay. Now, in the book of Thomas, the Gospel of Thomas, let me get it up here. It says, when you are able to make 2 become 1, the inside like the outside, and the outside like the inside, the higher like the lower, so that a man is no longer male and a woman is no longer, and a woman female, but male and female become a single whole, then you shall enter in. That doesn't mean become a transvestite, okay? It's not what it means. And that's what a lot of people have mistaken, and that's what they're trying to do in these times. But that's another story. We'll go into that later on. So the 2 becoming 1. It's also, you have to look at using your brain. You have 2 hemispheres of your brain. You have a left and a right? So in order to have more, to use your senses more, to open up your brain, to unlock your brain, you got to learn how to use both sides of your brain to problem solve. Okay, so that's what also, there's a lot of hints, but not only is it for problem solving, it's talking to you about God. So make the 2 become 1. So I'm going to show you what happens.
Very interesting.
Watch this. When you bring the 2 together to make 1, you get the Mason square.
Ah.
Do you see?
I do.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, very interesting.
Okay, now with the fingers, like I said, here's God. Here's God with the 38. My middle fingers are 38. Now, do you see how the fingers look right here? How my thumb and my index finger are rolled up on the bottom in circles?
Yes.
And we have the triangle?
Right?
Well, you're about to be freaked out again. Hang on a second. Here we go. Are you ready? What did God? So in the beginning, God separated the waters from the heavens and the earth, right?
Right.
Do you know how he was able to do that?
Well, do tell.
H2O, baby.
Okay.
2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen.
Ah, interesting.
Are you seeing it?
I do.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, this is fascinating stuff. I mean, I've always thought, everything is connected to each other.
Everything
And,
is
the
connected.
symbolism that you're showing me is very interesting.
Now, if I take E equals MC squared, let me just show this to you so you can catch it. E equals MC squared, right?
Right.
Now, using the 221, add 2 letters to E, and then add 2 letters to M, and then add 1 letter to C. So 2, 2, and 1. And I'll show you what you get. E equals MC squared translates into God. 2, 1. You see how Jesus is holding his fingers? 2 up,
Yes.
2 down. Okay. Well, Jesus was also Kukulkan.
Now, what was that? Jesus was also, you broke up there.
He was Kukulkan.
Kukulkan.
Yep, Quetzalcoatl. He was the Yellow Emperor. He was Viracocha. He was Muhammad. He was, I'm not trying to insult anybody. I know very sensitive, but I'm telling you the truth. Our Father has been reincarnated and taught us religions all over the world. So why I'm coming up and showing you all this is because people have mistaken the serpent and the dragon for the devil, and we're in a devil matrix, and we're in a prison planet, and where the reptilians are going to come and save. The reptiles are wisdom. That's what they resemble. That's what they symbolize in the past. Reptile wisdom, because reptiles have a pineal gland also inside their brain. So that's why everyone's having this big hysteria. You got guys like David Icke out there. Oh, reptilians or lizard people, or I mean, yes, there is all forms of life out in the universe, but not on this planet right now. We're all different evolutions, but we're all one race. We're the brown race. Okay, we're all. That's why the movie, not the movie, but the meaning of it was 50 Shades of Gray. But we're all 50 Shades of Brown. If you look at black and white, yin and yang is black and white. Everybody on this planet are all brothers and sisters. And I want people to stop with their hatred of other religions and this guy that, they don't eat pork and they don't do this. We're all brothers and sisters. And every single religion, I don't care where you're from, was taught to you by the same entity, which was the Son of God. And each empire was showing us a new evolution in life and how to build and what we need to do. And then the next one would take over, like Rome took over from Egypt, and then Britain took over from Rome, and now the States is there. Okay, the States is taking over, so it's the highest in evolution. Is there a lot of bad things going on there? Yes, I'm not saying there isn't. What I'm saying is it's all in steps of evolution, and we need to evolve. And what America needs to do is they got to stop putting aside their petty bullshit inside their country. They got to get together as one people, and if they rise themselves up, they're going to rise this whole planet with them. Okay? And I understand that there's been corrupt people doing corrupt things, but the good people throughout history have sat back and done nothing to stop this. They've allowed this to happen. So it's time now that God wants us to pick up our socks and do our job and stop being lazy asses and getting into the best clubs on the weekend. And you know what I mean? He wants us to start living our lives properly like we're supposed to, not following these demi-gods on TV. And anyways, that's just...
Well, it would
I don't
seem
know.
a lot of factions, a lot of evil factions have used religion to put us against each other.
Well, it's a control mechanism for sure, and they've known this. The people, the cabal in charge, okay, they know all this, and they're manipulating it. And what strikes me is just how honestly despicable that some people can get. But like I said, as much as God is love, you have to imagine that there's other things out there in the universe that are the opposite, right? I mean, you can't be totally naive to that. And it's up to us to stand up for that. And what I'm trying to do with all of this stuff is I'm just trying to show that we're all together. It doesn't matter. I really don't here. Sorry, I'll show you another example of the 2-1 all the way back into Egypt. You see how the wings are shaped?
Yes.
With the one tablet in the front, 2-1. Okay. Now, hold on. Let me see. Let me get you some more. I wanted to prove it to you. Here's a symbol for Allah. Okay? The symbol for Allah is it's a 3. It's a 3 for the Trinity. Do you see it?
Yes.
Well, there you go. It's the same God all over the world. And these people like ISIS who have this mentality, or Hamas, these people are actually, they are the disbelievers. I mean, you look at them and they're saying we have to kill in God's name. Who are they? Honestly, do you think God needs help to do anything? Like, these people, they have it all wrong, man. Like, these people are the disbelievers, but they've been manipulated so long, like, by the corruption, and it's coming to an end, and that's why we're seeing all this stuff. And if you look at Jerusalem right now, we just Trump just put the American consulate there, and look what happened. It's the first time it's the first time in 70 years it's been recognized as a capital, and there's your number 7 again. Okay, everything comes back to God. Everything comes back to God. All roads lead to God. It doesn't matter how far down sorry. Let me get. I'm getting too far ahead again. I don't want to give too much away. So, using the 2-1, let me see here. So 2 + 2 + 1 = 5, right?
Right.
Let me just show you how that's done in our architecture. Oh, sorry. Let me get, before I get ahead with that, here's another one. As I said, the 3-8, right? 3 and 8 is God. God is the Trinity and the infinity, and he's also the 4 7s on the chestahedron. Now, your 2 index finger are the 4 and the 7. And who else in history was famous for using 47? Abraham Lincoln, 77 years ago.
Ah.
He was giving you a hint of who he was. And what did he pass? The 13th Amendment. Jesus plus 12 apostles, 13. Okay? So Abraham Lincoln was another reincarnation of Jesus. And how I know all this is because he's here. He's here on this planet, and he has been. Here, hold on a second. Let me get to this. So here's Buddha with the fingers in the 4-7 position. And do you see the swastika on the Buddha's chest?
Yeah.
Well, it's the chestahedron. It's 4 7s. Spin it.
Interesting.
And it's right by the heart. So that's the connection to God, right by your heart. Okay. Now, as I said, okay, I'll just show you another example. In Maya, in the Mayan religion or Mayan culture, I can't show it to you. Anyways, it's not that important. It was just an archway. Let me get to, right here. Here's another picture of Buddha. Hang on. And you notice Buddha's touching 2 fingers and 2 fingers?
Yes.
Well, 2-2-1. He's showing the 2-2-1 factor with the 4 7s in the middle of the chest. And the hair is the flower of life. And the halo is the same halo as Jesus had. Now, hang on one second. So 2 + 2 + 1. So let me get back to God before I go there. So in the middle of the Freemason symbol, you have a G, right?
Right.
And what's the G? It's the 7th letter of the alphabet. So, which is Arcturus, which is God's origin. Okay, you see how even in the space, Arcturus has the arpent shape. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, it's also, you want to know where he is? Sorry, I just find it because I when people see this, they're gonna like actually poop their pants. Okay. He's on every single house. There's God in architecture. Okay. Now, not only that, 2 + 2 + 1 is 5. This, and don't forget the shape, the pyramid in the middle, right?
Right. Yep.
Okay. This is Mayan. This is a Mayan temple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. with the Christmas tree looking thing, which is the 38, which is your fingers, the pyramid. Okay. You also have in Canada and the States, you have the Iroquois, the Five Nations, Five Nations. This is the flag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the Canadian Parliament, excuse me. On the Canadian Parliament, you got 5 steeples in the front. And if you look in the back, you'll see there's a dome and it's almost like a bell.
Yeah.
Well, that's the chestahedron. That's the spinning chestahedron in behind Parliament building. And what are Masons? Masons work with stone, right?
Right.
Arcturus is the center of God. And how do you build? With architects, arc energy. You see everything arc, monarch. It's all God. It's all God. And this is what I want people to see. It's like it's not just black robes and Hail Marys. And I'm telling God is everywhere. He's like, okay, here's another one. Here's another example for you. Inside the pyramid, the Great Pyramid, which was built by Jesus by himself while nobody was on the planet. There's your 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slabs.
Now you said this was built by Jesus by himself.
By himself.
No one on the planet.
There was nobody on Earth at the time. No man on Earth when he built it.
Now, can you talk about that for a second?
It's a lot older than you think. Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Egypt. Here, let me get you a picture here, which will explain to you. So, where is that picture? Oh, here. Let me just get another picture.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to show Buddha and Jesus both doing the same thing. One hand up, one hand down. As above, so below.
Yeah. And you see that in a lot of statues throughout history, a lot of architecture, a lot of paintings.
Exactly. There's okay, you want me to go to you go ahead, ask questions.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask about, you said that Jesus built the pyramid before there was anyone on earth, and I was gonna say if you could elaborate a little bit on that.
Yeah, wait, he built it with his mind. Like these how can I put this to you? The words spirit in the Bible was a way to talk about how energy is being manipulated. So when people didn't understand back then, they would say, "Oh, a demon did it. It was a spirit that we don't know of. It was energy." But these advanced humans, who are the alien ships that you see flying around, oh my God, don't even get me started on that. Okay. Let me go back a little bit. So Enoch in the Bible, who also is Metatron, who is Metatron's cube, was taken off the planet, right? There was also Elijah that was taken off the planet. And there was Jesus who was taken off the planet. Now, Enoch was taken. I shouldn't have gone here. I didn't want to go here this quick, but I'll just tell you right now. This picture was caught on the SDO, I believe. I'm sure you've seen this.
Yes. Oh, yes. I've seen many of those.
Okay. I don't know if I sent you the other picture that goes with this. Well, that ship is this one right here.
Yes.
All right. It's called It's Jesus's ship. Okay, it's. I know I'm going to sound crazy, but it's called Big Boy, and it's the fastest ship in the universe. It's shaped like a pyramid. It's got a point in the front, and it's concave in the back. So for space travel, it's a lot like traveling on water. As I showed you, God is water, H2O, 2-1 factor. So as a boat travels on water on Earth, you've got the bow, which is a pyramid shape right in the front, and what it's doing is it's contracting the water in front of it, and it's using it for power and expanding it in the back. Right, that's why you have a wake in the back of your boat. Well, that's how space travel is done. It's done the exact same way, but they just use energy. And with I'm not even gonna go down that avenue right there, but they use energy. Okay, it's far more advanced than we could even imagine, but it's not that too far advanced. But it's once we're not too far away in our technology to get there. I'm sure they already have ships in the army or military, whatever, but nothing like this. Nothing like from one of these ships can be bigger than Los Angeles,
Oh, it's
and
got to be massive.
huge, immense, and um, well, this was the chariot of fire that took Elijah up to heaven. Okay, this was the same way that Enoch was taken off the planet. This was the same way that Jesus was taken off the planet after his resurrection. Okay, Elijah wasn't a reincarnation of Jesus, but Enoch was. Elijah was Jesus was Horus in Egypt. Elijah was Set. Okay, Elijah is the second guy. So Jesus was Jesus. Jesus in the Bible said, "I am the root of David," meaning he came before David, which was he was there in the beginning. So his reincarnated energy has come over different lives through, and then he was King David. That's why he knew how to kill Goliath with the stone. Boom! He knew how to do it. I mean, everything in the Bible is all numbered. It's because numerology and numbers play a huge significant role. And I got a little too far ahead of myself here with the spaceship. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I threw you off track. I believe you were talking about the King's Chamber and
The King's Chamber and the pyramids, yeah. Well, I don't know. You didn't watch the Mud Fossil University video I sent you, did you?
I'm not sure if I was able to get to that one.
Okay, well, he does a great job at showing how the Sphinx was made, and it's it goes along the concept with the Medusa factor. Okay, remember Medusa? She was a gorgon, and whoever looked at her turned into stone.
Right.
Well, I honestly, I suggest whoever's watching this video to go watch Mud Fossil University and the discoveries that he's made. The guy is bang on. He does a super job. Um, who else? I want to give some credit out here to some people too. There's another gentleman on YouTube, Danny Wilton. He does a great job. If you like esoteric stuff, but he's more stuck on the Masonic teachings, the esoteric part of it. And I'm like, I just want to give an overview, and I want people to enjoy and see things in a different light. And I'm terribly sorry if I'm jumping around, but this is that's how my mind works. But I'll get back to everything eventually. Okay, so let me get back to. I still want to do a little bit of the 2-1 factor here. I just want to show just a little bit. Okay, so now the chestahedron, as I said. Okay, so E equals mc squared. I want to go back to that. So E equals mc squared translates with using the 2-2-1 factor. It translates into God, right? Let me get that up here. Okay, so we got this here. So now E equals mc squared. Now, if you go back to the Bible, in the beginning, which is time, God created the heavens, which is space. In the beginning is time. God created the heavens, the space, and the earth, time, space, and matter. Now, let me get to another one of Jesus's reincarnated lives. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple more clues here, which is out of his mouth comes a sharp sword with which to strike down the nations. Okay, let's just focus on that. Out of his mouth comes a sharp sword. All right, he was giving us clues throughout history as to his identities. So let me show you another picture here. So here's the first one. This is the Aztec calendar. That's Quetzalcoatl. Now, out of his mouth, you see the tongue coming out of his mouth?
Yes.
Okay. That's also another clue of who he was in the past life. Now, this is in Egypt. And what was Jesus? He was the Lion of Judah, right? This is in a totem pole in BC, Canada.
Okay.
And you got the tongue coming out of the mouth.
Right.
Okay, so it's worldwide. It's everywhere. It's all over the world. This is in France. This is in France. And like I said, there's good Masons and bad Masons, right? And even Jim Carrey, even this asshole, he's showing you. I don't know if you remember that from Jimmy Kimmel.
Yes, I do.
Well, that's what he's telling you secrets. What they do is the people who know the secrets, they like to rub shit in your face. Okay, and that's what he's doing. And if you look at Jimmy Kimmel's reaction during this video, Jimmy Kimmel is also a Mason because you can just tell by the way he's looking at Jim Carrey. Like he's looking at him like, "Shut up, man! You're giving away the secrets, man!" Like, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, I don't care because Masons pretty much are my bitches. So I really don't care. So you see the tongue. Now, what I want to do is I want to show you. This is also the reason why a very famous picture had his tongue out. He was telling you he was a reincarnation of Jesus. He's the energy who is Jesus. Okay. Now, if you look back at the Eye of Horus, as I said, in the beginning, time, God created the heaven, space, and the earth, matter, time, space, and matter. The Eye of Horus is E equals MC squared. Do you see the 2 underneath the eye?
Yes.
Okay. It's hard to see. The eyebrow is the E, and then you got the M in the middle with the pupil, which is C2. E equals MC squared 2. E equals MC squared, and the 2 is underneath the eye. You see the Wadjet is the 2. Okay. It's an ancient symbol for E equals MC squared. So doing that, hold on. So 2121 is also the Ark of the Covenant. 21 E equals MC squared. So you see how the angel's wings are pointing to each other?
Yes.
It's taking the same shape. So it's either a bird or a snake. That's why they call him the feathered serpent. He's either a bird or a snake. Quetzalcoatl was a feathered serpent. There's no devil. It's God. It's Jesus. It's like it's a big puzzle put here for us, okay? And like I said, don't get me wrong. Yes, there is bad people that do bad things, and they've inverted everything, but we're putting an end to it, and we're stopping it. But God isn't going to do it for us. We have to, like I said, we got to get off our asses and we got to do it ourselves. He's not our personal butler. He's not going to bring us tea at tea time, and we're not going to, we have to do things for ourselves. So like I said, I don't want to focus on the negative and the bad. There's already too much of that out there going on the internet. Here's, for example, the master key on this planet, okay, is the Ankh, which is the Ankh is just another representation for, hold on, the chestahedron. Okay, I'm going to show you something really cool. Okay, so you've seen the Eye of Horus, right?
Right.
The Eye of Horus looks like, where is it here? So the Eye of Horus, let me get back to that. I'll show it to you in an easier form. Now, you remember the chestahedron was a 7 facing a 7?
Yes.
Okay, look at the eyes, the whites of the eyes.
Yep.
A 7 facing another 7. Okay? Now, the pupil is a 0. So the master key on Earth, master key on Earth is the Ankh, which is the chestahedron, which is 707. The master key of numerology, okay? And it's also a human. You see how the human body is built? It's made out of it, left and right, yin and yang, all right?
Yes.
It's also how energy arcs, energy travels. It's the master key. It's the chestahedron, okay? Now, like I said, this planet is the 6th heaven, right? We're the 3rd planet from the sun. So you can look at that as 3 sixes, 6, 6, 6. Okay, that's one version of 666. Another version of 666 is raising your kundalini, raising your chakras in the proper order, which gives you open up your pineal gland, which is the number of you're getting rid of the beast, you're getting rid of your physical, you're now open up your pineal gland and you're fully open to the universe, okay, with your pineal gland open. So the 707. So now this planet is considered hell, okay? It, like I said, it's a university. There is no there's no fire and brimstone and the devil and all that garbage. This is hell. And the next planet up, like I said, in evolution is the 7th heaven. So if you put this all together, like I said, you might not remember your past lives, but you're connected to your energy in space. So the same thing goes for everybody in the world, And you might not know why you're doing it at a certain time, but you'll do something and then later on you'll go like, oh my God, like Steve Miller Band. I don't know if you ever heard of Steve Miller Band.
Yes. Oh yeah.
The song Jet Airliner.
Yep.
And what does he do? His heart keeps calling him backwards. Okay, the heart being the chestahedron. His heart keeps calling him backwards. And he gets on the 707. And you got to go through hell before you get to heaven.
Huh.
Okay, you see what now? Right. So you got to look at songs, movies. There's real life applications to God and evolving, but they're hidden. They're hidden deep inside, and this is what Masons look for. And they look for signals in TV commercials, TV shows, movies, whatever. Most of the stuff that's out there now is for the bad guys. All right, I'm just going to call them that because there's too many different appendages of these bastards. They're like they're all over. But let me tell you, we're rounding them all up. Their time's done, and they know it. They know it's coming, and they're like I said. That's why they're so damn surprised that Hillary won, is because it's the first time this has happened. So let's just say we're going to be taking things back. It's going to be good. Okay.
Well, I hope so. I definitely hope so.
Here's another little tidbit I wanted to do.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I want to show just a little bit of proof here. A little bit of. Okay. So. Okay. In the 2-1. Factor. I gotta go back to that because the 2-1 factor, man, it's like it's everywhere. It's in everything. it's a toroidal field. It's two. You got the upper half. The upper half spins clockwise from the bottom half on a torus. Okay, and here I'll show you. Everything in the universe spins. Everything has spin. Da Vinci, as I said, was another reincarnation of Jesus, and he made these staircases to show you the building blocks of life, the spiral, going up the staircase. It's all a toroidal field. So it's making the two one. Everything is energy. If you look at Mecca, the cube is energy. You see, I'm not like I said, a lot of Islamic people, like, they get insulted. I'm not insulting anything. I'm just showing this is energy. You're part of us. We're all brothers and sisters. So, you know what I mean? We're all energy. And this is a magnet with iron filings around it, which represents the people who are praying to the cube. And the cube is also Metatron's cube. So it's the cross. If you fold it, it forms a cube. And there you go. You got your atom, you got your Metatron's cube, the fruit of life, which is 12 circles around one. 13 for Jesus. Okay? It's all right there. So everybody is all one religion. I mean, we're all family. We're all brothers and sisters. It doesn't matter what religion. Even if you're atheist, I'm telling you, I'm sure atheists are going to love watching this video because they actually have proof. Okay. As I was saying, 2-1. When your energy has evolved and it's mastered the past, the present, and the future, the Trinity, past, present, and future, your energy in space evolves. Your energy in space is now capable of controlling more than one body, more than one human body. So, have you ever heard the saying, he's beside himself today?
Oh, yes, all the time.
Well, that's where the saying comes from, is because you can actually be beside yourself and you don't even know it. Twins, triplets, quintuplets, they're all from the same energy. It's all the same energy controlling their bodies. Okay? So what I'm about to say is going to be pretty shocking, but I'll show you some proofs to it. I just showed you Da Vinci showing the torus on the staircase. Now, why the Renaissance took off was because Da Vinci was Jesus in a reincarnated life. And also, if you look at the Sistine Chapel, that was Michelangelo who did that, right?
Right.
Well, Michelangelo and Da Vinci were at the same time. And you see where I'm going there? And how the church is painted by these two and Raphael. Raphael was able. He was. Hold on a second here. Raphael was. He's the apprentice of Jesus. But as you can see, there's more than meets the eye. You got to look deeper. You got to look. Masons are taught to look beyond and be creative and imagine. There's a skull right here.
Okay.
In the painting. Yep. And between the eyes, that's your pineal gland. All right. Now, in this picture, you got the roof of the Sistine Chapel. Okay.
Okay.
Now, let me show it to you a different way. Remember the chestahedron with the M?
Yeah.
Now, there you go. There's your 4 M's when you spin the chestahedron. 4 and 4, right?
Right.
So he's Michelangelo. He encoded it. Like you can spend years studying Michelangelo and Da Vinci's work. So you can spend years. It's absolutely incredible.
Wow.
It's amazing. Then there's let me get to Michelangelo's grave just to show more proof. Okay, you see Michelangelo's grave?
Yes.
All right, this is his mausoleum, but they have it's in France, I believe. Now, his bust is in the middle, right?
Right.
If you look to his left and his right, you got three circles. That's the Trinity, the 2-1 factor. Okay, so that's telling you who he is. The three ladies in the front are see no evil, hear no evil, and say no evil. Okay, now I'm going to show you another picture of the same thing, but I highlighted a few things. You've got your pyramid at the top with the pineal gland, which is the sun, Ra. Okay, and you've got on the bottom of the bottom of the H2O molecule pyramid. You see, there's two babies, and then two babies on either side.
Yeah.
Those are the four sons of Horus. Okay, and then in the black I have circled, that's the eagle, and the yellow is the Trinity. The red is the pineal, and like I said, the blue is the pyramid. Okay, and in the Sumerian tablets, you'll see a giant sitting down on a box.
Yes.
Well, that's the box right underneath the pineal gland. It's also in the king's chamber. Here, I'll show you on the king's chamber. There. See the box, the grand gallery?
Yes.
That's the box. So there's no giants that are sitting on top of little people. It's all God. Okay. It's just I don't want to, like I said, I want to give an overview. I can go if you want to go over this more other stuff, and I'll be more in depth on everything. Like I said, I just want to give an overview so people could see what I'm talking about, and I want them to enjoy it and have as much fun as I've been having and discovering and getting rid of these demons coming to get us. Lucifer's bad. Oh, we're all gonna die. Oh, satanic. What should I call it? Prison planet. I can't believe people are talking like this. It's like it's easy to. Why people are doing this is because it's easy to see what's on paper and then make your own opinions instead of actually going out and doing the research. You know what I mean? Like you'll read this, you read that, but people don't. They don't think objectively anymore. They don't think creatively. You gotta use your mind. You gotta explore. You gotta go out there and be nuts. I just want to show you a few more things here, which is gonna blow away a lot of people, and everyone's gonna think, oh, he supports Satan and all that. Anyways, let me go back to the 2-2-1 factor. Okay, I'll go back to because the 2-1 factor is very important. So, like I said, 2 + 2 + 1 is 5, right?
Right.
Well, you spin the chestahedron, which forms a bell, right? Now look at the bell on top of the Capitol building. You see the bell?
Yes.
Then you got 5 flags in the openings. You look at the openings, which is 5. So, excuse me, 2 + 2 + 2 + 1 is 5. So there's your 5 for God, and your Capitol building dome is the spinning of the chestahedron, and it's also why. One second. It's also why George Washington is on the top of the Capitol building. And if you look close at George Washington, he's got one arm up and one arm. Oh, sorry.
And there's also a sculpture of George Washington
Yeah.
with his arm up, correct?
Exactly. One arm up, one arm down.
Right.
George Washington was Jesus. That's why he's the apotheosis of Washington.
Very interesting.
Okay, that's who he was in the past. Now, hold on. Here's another picture of Washington. He's making an M with his hand. M as in Mason, like Napoleon did. That's why he's shoving it. All Masons, not all Masons, but certain degrees, they put their hand and cover the M. Okay, they're making the M sign like the opposite of Spock. You know how Spock does his
Yeah.
two fingers on the outside. Well, just bring your two fingers in the middle on the inside. So I don't know if I have a picture of that. Oh, it's also here. Like I said, every one of his lifetimes, he's come here as a leader to show us how to be leaders. That's why Washington was also painted like this as a leader at crossing the Potomac.
Very interesting.
And do I have another one? Well, and also, sorry, like I said, I get ahead of myself, a little excited about it, but pi is 3.14, right? And pi is everything. Pi is God. And that's, let me show you, I'll do this quick. Pyramids. Chichen Itza. Okay, here we go. You got 3 doors in the front.
Yep.
You got 1 door on each of the other sides. And there's 4 sides. 3, 1, 4. Pi. You also have a different way of saying it. All the pyramids say the same. They're all Metatron's cube. They're all pi. It's like this. This is 314 also. So you see how the steps, you see how the different levels come. Oh, I can't show you. I can't show you that picture. Won't let me. Every pyramid around the world is telling the same story, just in a different way. Okay, this is in Jakarta. It's Metatron's cube. All pyramids are Metatron's cube, and what are they doing? They're showing us. Hang on.
Yes, it's fascinating the similarities of all these pyramids around the world.
And that's where what the pyramids are showing is where Jesus is from also. Like the pyramid is God. Okay, don't get me wrong. The pyramid is God, but it's also showing where Jesus is from, which is, let me just get these. I got a computer freeze over here.
Oh, you're all right.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Now, this is where the 7th heaven is. You see the Orion's belt, 3 stars?
Yes.
That's what the 3 doors on top of Chichen Itza represent. 1, 2, 3. It also represents the Trinity, but it's also telling you it's the Orion's belt. Now, if you look just south of the middle star, okay, that's the nebula that's the Orion Nebula. That's where the 7th heaven is. That's where Jesus comes from. Now, the Mayans, this artwork is by Danny Wilton. Like I said, he does great stuff. But the Mayans, they said that the earth was on top of a turtle's back. Right?
Okay.
I lost it. So the turtle's back, if you count the box turtle, if you look at the shape of the shell of the turtle, it's also the same shape as the sun pyramid at Teotihuacan in Mexico. Okay. Let me get to Orion. So Michelangelo on the Sistine Chapel, Michelangelo, God is also, it's not only a brain, it's our brain if you look from the side, but it's also the Orion Nebula. Okay?
Yes.
This is the Orion Nebula. This is how it looks. Okay? And Michelangelo, the whole Sistine Chapel, is what's inside the Orion's Nebula. All right, everything's in there. Everything, like Danny Wilton. I suggest you go to his channels. He will show you it's absolutely amazing that the work that he does. So you got the 3 belt stars. of Orion's Nebula, which fits perfectly right over the pyramids, okay, in Egypt. They're also in all over the world. Sorry, my computer's a little slow here. Okay, you got the same pyramids in China, Mexico, Egypt, and they're all lined up exactly the same as Orion's belt. Okay, so that's where the seventh heaven beings are from. Now, let me go to Da Vinci, and you got the pyramids there. You got the three windows in the back, right? And you got the four on the side, which is the 4 sevens from the Chestahedron. So God is around him, and Orion is in the middle. So the Trinity in the middle with the Orion representation, and it's all over the world. It's all over.
Wow, that is fascinating stuff. And
And
Stefan, I really appreciate you sharing this information with us.
yes.
We're out of time for tonight, but we are definitely going to have you back on.
All right.
This was very fascinating stuff. I learned a lot, and I want to thank you again for coming on tonight.
All right. I broke my interview, Cherry, so I'm terribly sorry if I jumped all over the place.
Oh, no, it was great. You did fine. Is there anything else you'd like to leave us with? Any words you'd like to leave us with?
Ignore the media for now. There's going to be a lot of bad stuff coming up, and like I said, we're cleaning up things. Trump is cleaning up things, and actually, there is one more thing I want to say. If anyone is interested, you can go check out this gentleman's channel. He will tell you the truth of what's going on. He's going to blow you away if you watch his videos and listen to what the man has to say. You're going to understand who he is, who he says he is. But as I said, we're all reincarnated, and Jesus is here, and he is on this planet, and his name is right here. His name would be Everett Pierce. And if you want to go check him up on YouTube, you'll find his videos. And if you read the Bible also, it says, at the voice of the archangel and the trump of God, that's when Jesus comes, right? Well, the trump of God, trump means to round up my people. So if you're not on the Trump train, you better get on it, because you're on the wrong damn side, and shit's coming down the pipe pretty soon.
Well, thank you again, Stefan. Like I said, that was very interesting information, and we'd love to talk to you again soon.
All right. Take it easy, Chris. Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, thank you again. Good night.
All right. Good night.